Hi everyone in English 1301, it's Dr. E and I want to welcome you to a brand new semester. Hopefully we are looking forward to the fall and maybe eventually someday having better weather where it's not blazing hot outside or we're not dealing with power outages and hurricanes and things of that nature. This is just a weekly instructional video. Hopefully at this point you've already watched the D2L walkthrough video that's posted here. If not, take some time to do that first because it really walks through all the different areas of D2L that we will visit pretty regularly in our course. But for this type of video that you'll view every week, we're just going to the content area and to our first weekly module. So remember, everything is located on the left-hand side here, the table of contents for our different modules. And if you scroll down, you'll see week 1. All right, so this is our schedule, which you can also find if you go over here to the syllabus, schedule, and rubrics. I have just taken the very first week and put it here so that you can see that right off the bat and get a sense of what's due this week. So everything is listed on the first day. So introduction video, which hopefully you've already watched, the weekly video. Note that videos often contain, I wouldn't say mini assignments necessarily, but questions that may pertain to things you need to do or know for quizzes and things of that nature. You'll want to review the syllabus. I used to do a video on the syllabus and it's not always interesting to watch somebody go through a document. So if you feel like a video would help you, I'm happy to make that. Just reach out and let me know. Seriously, I'm happy to do that. But a syllabus is really a tool that is there to help you, to guide you, to be a kind of contract for you for our course. So it's really important that you take a look at that and take some time with it. I wouldn't recommend doing it all in one sitting because syllabi can just be kind of dry, but still pretty useful. All right, there is a prompt posted for our weekly discussion that's due on Thursday. There is a course survey that is open and the link is right here, but it is not due until next week, so don't forget about that just yet. It will take a little bit of time to complete, so wait until you have that time to sit and complete the entire thing. If you click on this link, it will take you to a Google form, and it really is just a way for me to get to know you as a student, right? It's private, this is confidential between you and me, and it's just ways to best get in touch with you, ways to understand what you go through as a student. There's no judgment, this is just specifically for me to keep in mind in terms of knowing what you experience as a student. All right, so going back to the weekly module, a mind map assignment is going to be due on Sunday and then a weekly quiz. So I want you to note that in terms of points, these are very low point assignments because part of what I want us to do is just get used to not only our due dates being Thursdays and Sundays, but also where to go and what to do. So my expectation is, of course, that you get the work done, but also know that if you miss something here or there, it is our first week and the gradings, the points reflect that, okay? So you do have a discussion post that's due on Thursday, which is worth 5 points. You also will want to respond to at least 2 of your colleagues in that discussion post, and that's by Sunday. I have the little plus signs here because I am offering bonus credit. Anytime you see the plus sign with the points there, that means that it is not a requirement that you complete that, but it is worth some bonus credit. This is one of some opportunities you may have throughout the semester to have some bonus credit so that you are not worried on the last day of class that you either aren't passing or that you're 1 point away from an A versus a B, that kind of thing. So completing those kinds of things now, like in the first week when maybe you don't have a ton of stuff on your plate, is not a bad idea, just saying. There's a mind map due on Sunday and then also a quiz. And the quizzes usually just go over all the information, if we have reading assigned that week, if we have videos, those kinds of things are included in the quiz. And then there will always be a section on, okay, so what are we doing next week? I usually don't post that in our weekly module. It's available in the schedule that you can access. But I wanted you to just get a sense of what things look like, right? So next week you have some reading that's due, but this week this is just you moving at your own pace. You know, we do have due dates and whatnot, but we don't have specific readings just yet. All right, if you remember from the D2L walkthrough video, there will always be a to watch area, a to review area, and a to do area. So you're watching what is number 1 in your week, and oh, I'm sorry, you're actually have already watched the D2L introduction and you're watching the weekly video, so good on ya. To review, here is a link directly to the syllabus, but you can also, of course, find that right here. And then a view of the schedule, and this is actually a short schedule. It's only the first 5 weeks, and I do that very intentionally because I find that in the first couple of weeks, there are times when I have to make a change because of the pace that I've set maybe is not appropriate for the course. So I may have things scheduled a little too briskly. I need to slow things down, or maybe we need to actually remove some reading so that we can move to the next. So I usually get a sense of our pacing in the first 5 weeks or so. So once we get through a couple of weeks, I will then have the semester schedule, the entirety of it, so that you can see that. I know some of you need the whole semester at a glance. I don't have that for you. So if, again, you're the student who needs to be able to do everything, you know, whenever you can and to see everything, I may not be the kind of instructor for you, but I'm happy to help you find somebody that might fit your learning style a bit better. Okay, so if we scroll down if we scroll down to the to-do section, everything here is kind of listed. I've tried to put them in order, right? So the weekly discussion is due first. So that is what you can click first. I want you to note that there are these check marks. It makes me I get actually angry about this. This doesn't mean anything. This does not mean anything. Sometimes students will see the check mark and go, oh, okay, well, I completed the discussion. No, it just means that you may have visited the discussion. So I'm going to click on it, and you'll see our first week's discussion. I've tried to include, you know, all kinds of information about how to do this if you're new to posting discussions in D2L. But this is really just a chance for you to introduce yourselves to one another. So I've asked you specific questions. I've pushed download Grammarly. Why not? In this day and age, why not use all the tools you can to be the best writer that you can, right? So, and Grammarly can definitely be helpful with that. So why not? Because this is a writing course, and the only things I know about you as a writer are the things that you submit, right? Everything that I see is writing on a page, in an email, that kind of thing. So do the absolute best you can and use the tools that will help you do that, right? So you want to answer everything fully, right? Answer each prompt fully. And in order to do that, you want to click Start New Thread, okay? And enter your name as the subject line. And then what you can do is just number your answers here. Usually I'll ask you to actually respond in kind of paragraphs, but with our introductions, I've asked you some specific questions that I want you to answer, as well as posting a picture and an explanation of that picture. And I've shown you how to do this. There's a link to how, but you can also, if you go down here, you have different options. One of them is going to be if you want to upload a picture from your computer, and so that just click this and you can find the file and attach that, okay? All right, so once you're done with your post, then you'll just click post. Please remember to do that. Sometimes we forget. And you can look at my post. This is an example. You do not need to respond to me. Please know that this is just here as an example. Sometimes students choose to respond, and that's absolutely fine. But I just wanted you to get a sense of what a response looks like, and note that mine is lengthier than yours has to be. Yes, I want you to answer thoroughly, but I don't need you to write novellas to respond, and don't feel like you have to write as much as I have, okay? All right, and there's a picture. And if you're going to reply, make sure that you are clicked into somebody's response and then replying to that. You can leave their name right here and just click your response and post. Okay, so make sure that you're responding directly to people and not posting an individual thread when you mean to answer somebody. It'll make sense once you get there, I promise. All right, so that is your discussion post that's due on Thursday. You also have a mind map that's due, and we're just really working on basic mind maps this first week. This is just a chance to not only make sure you know how to upload an assignment to D2L, but also get a sense of mind maps in general. This may be new to some of you. And so a mind map is just a way to organize ideas, right? And so in the future, I'm going to have like an actual video and a handout that walks through more specific mind map requirements, but we're just working with very basic stuff this week. I don't want to, you know, cause you too much stress or anxiety. This is low points, right? And so I want you to take a look at the syllabus and look at that document as something that you are going to mind map. So I want you to find the 4 most important ideas in the syllabus to you as a student. Everybody's is going to be different. There's no right or wrong here. So sometimes folks really focus on the grades in a syllabus document. Sometimes people focus on the course policies. So you're going to pick 4 main ideas to then break down in your mind map. So you can use Canva, you can use mind map, or I have a very basic template here that I will try to open. You don't have to use it, so I'm just offering it here as a possibility. It's probably going to take a while to open, so maybe I'll pause. All right, y'all, so this is the basic version. So you would put essentially syllabus here, and then 4 ideas here with an explanation. So if you look at the grades of the document, what from our syllabus are you noting about grades? What from our course policies are you noting about, say, like attendance or dropping, or whatever the 4 main areas of the syllabus are? Offer a, you know, a pretty brief explanation, and then make sure that you're saving it. Please don't save any of the documents what I have named them. I cannot tell you how many times students have uploaded blank templates as assignments instead of just renaming this, you know, basic mind map underscore like your name or something. So make sure that you are working on document organization as well, especially for an online course. It's so important. All right, so then you'll upload that. So you'll just click upload. You'll work to find that document on your computer. And please make sure that after you've done all that, once you select something, I'll just do, okay, it's uploading it. You can double check that it's the right document there. Please make sure you remember to submit this. For D2L, it will actually send you a confirmation email whenever you upload an assignment. So that's a pretty nice little quirk of D2L. Sometimes D2L can be really obnoxious, but that's a nice thing. So celebrate the nice, right? All right, so I'm going back to our weekly module. You'll see that check mark. Don't know, can't tell you why. You have a week 1 quiz. So after you've done everything for our week, just take some time to work through the quiz. They will get progressively harder because, again, you will start to understand the expectations more. You'll know the kinds of questions that I ask. And they will be based more on course content, right, rather than just the general stuff from our first week. I have offered a checklist for this week. I probably won't do this every week, but until we get into the swing of things, I thought it might be kind of useful. And it's not any, this is just strictly for you, just to make sure that you feel like you've done all of this stuff. But again, just checking it doesn't mean that it's done. Okay, so just make sure that you look and see what's due when and get an idea of that. All right, so that ultimately is our first week at a glance. I know it's a lot of information, and again, if you're feeling overwhelmed, please know that you are okay. It is okay to feel overwhelmed. I would be surprised if y'all didn't feel that for at least one of the courses you're taking so far. Just take time to click around, to explore a little bit, and as always, in the discussions area, help one another out in the Q&A area. You can ask me any question there. You can do so anonymously, but also help one another here. All right. That's it for our first weekly video. Good luck this week. Hang in there and know that I'm rooting for you.